Hey everyone, TRV is here with a market update on Pokemon singles that you should be considering to buy right now. Before we get into that, this weekend, Saturday, March the 23rd at 9 p.m, we will be doing a live stream and ripping into a Temporal Forces booster box, which we will be giving away all the packs from that booster box. And all you have to do is like, subscribe, and join the live stream for you to have a chance at winning a booster pack. Now let's get into my top picks for Pokemon singles that you want to be considering to buy right now. Starting off with this one here, the Pikachu card with the gray felt hat. Of course, this one is a super buy right now because, again, the price has declined substantially. I mean, we were looking at anywhere around the 140, 150 mark, and we're all the way down to around $85 a piece now. It is a buy for me. However, there is one asterisk I want to add to this before you consider buying it. There has been talks, and there has been talks for a long time now, that, we're going to be releasing more of this Pikachu card, whether it's in museums or online or whatnot. And there has been one or two actual releases of this card reprinted. I don't know how much more of that's going to happen. Again, it's been quite a few months that this card has already been out. So if you are happy with an $85 price point, I think I would be, personally. So it would be a good time to be buying this card. Or you can hold out and see if this card goes any further down, which it could possibly go down to around $60 in my opinion. But yeah, it's definitely a card that I would look into right now, especially if you were really into this card, or Van Gogh for that matter. Next up is the Iona from Paldean Fates. Now we're going to go through a couple of Iona cards because that is the hot topic right now. The good old waifus. We're into lizards here in North America, and the Japanese and in Asia love the waifus. Now again, this is a great buy. It was almost at $90 at one point, and it's gone all the way down to about 35 bucks. This is a steal. This is a definite buy, especially if you're into Iono. Now it is currently the cheapest Iono card you can get in the market, as we are going to look at one of the other ones here, which is the Iona from Paldea Evolved, which was the most expensive one, and at one point almost touched the $100 mark. Now again, before I continue, the dollar points that I'm speaking here are in USD, so again, non-Canadian, but these are all USD prices. That's just a quick note for you Canadian folks out there. So again, now this one has also dropped in price, and it's quite worth it if you are willing to pay a few extra dollars. Going for around $73 a piece now. That's the market value. That's the market price for it. It's probably selling for much more expensive here. One of the chase cards from Paldea Evolved. If you're into Iona, definitely worth getting. Next up is a personal favorite of mine, Lugia V from Silver Tempest. Now this card has actually gone down substantially. We were looking at around the 190 point just around last year, and now we've gone all the way down to 129. Again, it was even cheaper than that at one point. But again, one of the cards that if you don't have in your collection, it's definitely worth grabbing right now. Can it go down further? It's possible, but let's not forget, Lugia V is a super card to be used when you're playing TCG. Just before we move on, looking at the artwork on this card, honestly, it's beautiful. That's the reason why it's one of my favorite cards. Again, if you are looking to grab it, now's the time. And now it's time to talk about our favorite lizard, Charizard. We're going to be going through quite a few Charizards today, but we're going to start off with this Charizard from Paldean Fates. Now this card was around the $200 mark and has crashed all the way down to the $120 mark. So if you are a Charizard fan, who isn't, it is time to be buying this card for sure. Again, this card is not going to drop. I don't think it's going to drop as much as the Charizard EX from Obsidian Flames, which we will be touching as well today. But again, $120 mark for this card is definitely worth it, and I would be going for it. And again, if you are looking to master set this or just collect a few cards, now is the time to get this Charizard. Our next Charizard is from Burning Shadows, Charizard GX, the Rainbow, and it's a beautiful looking card as well. Now this one, it goes a little bit further back. We're looking at Sun and Moon era here. But the reason why I wanted to showcase this one was because it has gone down in price a little bit. A card that has touched the $440 mark and dropped all the way down to the $330 mark just last year. Again, if you were lucky enough to get it around there, now that would have been amazing. Still, looking at around $390 a piece, that is still worth it. And again, when I logged onto the site and I was looking for cards and I saw that, whoa, $134, I was like, yeah, no wonder. It's a damaged foil, of course. So again, it is still worth it if you're looking for a damaged foil. 134 bucks, it's pretty good. But again, really the market price on this one is $390, and it is a super cool looking Charizard card as well. Next up is the one from Obsidian Flames. Of course, this card never really skyrocketed to begin with. We were looking around $75 mark the entire time, and it really declined all the way down to $48, as we can see here. I think the reason for it personally is because it was just way too easy to pull. I pulled it 4 times. I know, it's insane, but it's still a cool card. I mean, why not, right? $48 for a Charizard, pretty good. Looking at Darkness Ablaze kind of prices, right? So again, this is a good Charizard to buy as well right now. I don't think it will go any further than that because Charizards are popular, regardless of how many of them are there. So again, $48 for the chase card of a set. That's kind of sad because I actually really liked Obsidian Flames. It's definitely worth it. So if you are looking to get this card, don't buy a booster box, just buy the card. Jumping into one of my favorite cards from the Sword and Shield era, the Charizard V Altart. Now this card was a $170, $180 US card about a year ago and has dropped all the way down to around $119, $120. So again, if you are looking for the Charizard V from Brilliant Stars, this is also a card that I would suggest going for right now. I don't know if it will go down further than that, even with the reprints and whatnot, but again, Charizard V, definitely a card that I would consider adding to my collection, regardless if you're going for the Master Set or not. And of course, you've got Venusaur in the background there. You gotta love that, right? And the last card that I want to touch on, not a Charizard, is Roaring Moon. And the reason why I want to touch on this card is because it declined substantially. We were looking at around $110 for this card just in November and December of last year. And now we are looking at $55, almost half the price. It's insane. So I don't know what's going on with Paldean Fates. It doesn't seem to be the chase set of, I don't think any Scarlet and Violet set is really the chase set with the exception of Pokemon 151, in my honest opinion. But again, if you are looking to add this card to your set, I would personally even just wait a little bit more because it might drop further. But again, $55 is a good buy. That's the only reason why I'm even bringing it up right now, because it's half the price. So these are my picks for March. I honestly think there are some really good deals here, so check it out, do your own research, check out tcgplayer.com to see what cards are on sale, what the price points are, and see if you can make yourself a deal. And again, if you are looking to buy something from eBay or anywhere, double check to make sure that you don't get ripped off. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you next time.